class we are going to start with important questions of Geography Chapter first, that is Resource and Development of Class 10th. So let's get started. Answer the following questions in about 30 words. Question 1. Name 3 states having black soil and the crop which is mainly grown in it. Answer 1. The black soils are black in color. These are also known as Riga soils. This soil is typical of the Deccan Trap, basalt, region spread over northwest Deccan Plateau. They cover the plateaus of Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Malwa, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh and extend in a southeast direction along the Godavari and the Krishna valleys. Black soil is ideal for growing cotton. Question 2. What type of soil is found in the river deltas of the eastern coast? Give 3 main features of this type of soil. Answer. Alluvial soil is found in the eastern coastal plains, particularly in the deltas of the Mahandi, the Godavari, the Krishna and the Kaveri rivers. 3 main features of this type of soil are as follows. 1. The alluvial soil consists of various proportions of sand, silt, and clay. 2. These soils are very fertile. Due to its high fertility, regions of alluvial soils are intensively cultivated and densely populated. 3. These soils contain an adequate proportion of potash, phosphoric acid, and lime, which are ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, wheat, and other cereal and pulse crops. Question 3. What steps can be taken to control soil erosion in the hilly areas? Answer. The soil erosion in the hilly areas can be controlled by taking steps as mentioned below. Contour plowing. Plowing along the contour lines can decelerate the flow of water down the slopes. This is called contour plowing. Terrace cultivation. Steps can be cut out on the slopes, making terraces. Terrace cultivation restricts erosion. Strip cropping. Large fields can be divided into strips. Strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. This breaks up the force of the wind. This is strip cropping. Question 4. What are biotic and abiotic resources? Give some examples. Answer. Biotic resources are obtained from the biosphere and have life such as human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, livestock. Example, forests and animals are biotic resources. Abiotic resources consist of all those things which are composed of non-living things. Example, rocks and metals. Land, water, and soil are also abiotic resources. Question 5. Explain land use pattern in India and why has the land under forest not increased much since 1960 to 1961? Answer. Land resources in India are primarily divided into agricultural land, forest land, pasture and grazing land, and wasteland. Wasteland includes rocky, arid and desert areas and land used for non-agricultural purposes like housing, roads, industry, etc. According to recent data available, the percentage of net sown area, NSA, in India is about 54% of the total reporting area. If the other than current fallow lands is included, 22.5% is covered by forests, and 3.45% is used for grazing. The rest is a wasteland, with traces of miscellaneous cultivation. Improper use of forest land has led to land degradation and made conservation of forests difficult. Human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, mining, quarrying, etc. have contributed to the slow growth rate of forests. Thus, land under forest has increased by only about 4% since 1960 to 1961. Question 6. How have technical and economic development led to more consumption of resources? Answer. The following factors have been responsible for technical and economic development leading to overconsumption of resources. In colonial times, imperial powers used their technological and economic superiority to establish control over other countries and thereby gain access to the latter's resources. One country's resources were accessible to the citizens of its colonial ruler too, leading to increased consumption. Technical progress also results in inefficient machinery, increased production, and greater consumption of resources. Technological development and economic progress have led to populations increasing due to low mortality at all ages. With new developments in medicine and healthcare, fewer people die due to accidents, diseases, childbirth, etc. This too has contributed to higher consumption of resources. Question 7. Write a short note on classification of resources. Answer. The resources can be classified in the following ways. On the basis of origin, biotic and abiotic. On the basis of exhaustibility, renewable and non-renewable. On the basis of ownership, individual, community, national and international. On the basis of status of development, potential, developed stock and reserves. Question 8. Give the difference between renewable resources and non-renewable resources with examples. Answer. The resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical or mechanical processes are known as renewable or replenishable resources, while non-renewable resources are resources that take millions of years in their formation. Question 9. Give the two factors that determine soil fertility. Answer. Soil fertility depends on its composition. Sandy soil is not suitable for agriculture as they do not retain water which the plant roots need for survival. The ideal soils contain a mixture of sand and clay. The humus content determines soil fertility. Organic farmyard manures improve the humus content. Question 10. What is the classification of alluvial soil on the basis of their age? Mention their characteristics. Answer. Apart from the size of their grains or components, soils are also classified on the basis of their age. According to their age, alluvial soils can be classified as old alluvial, Bangar, and new alluvial, Khadar. The Bangar soil has higher concentration of concave nodules than the Khadar. It has more fine particles and is more fertile than the Bangar. Question 11. Give a short note on reserves. Answer. Reserves are the subset of the stock, which can be put into use with the help of existing technical know-how but their use has not been started. These can be used for meeting future requirements. River water can be used for generating hydroelectric power, but presently, it is being utilized only to a limited extent. Thus, the water in the dams, forests, etc. is a reserve which can be used in the future. Question 12. Major problem faced due to the indiscriminate use of resources by man. Discuss. Answer. Human beings used the resources indiscriminately, and this has led to the following problems. Depletion of resources for satisfying the greed of few individuals. Accumulation of resources in few hands, which, in turn, divided the society into two segments: I-haves and have-nots, or rich and poor. Indiscriminate exploitation of resources has led to global ecological crisis. Question 13. Write a paragraph on resource planning. Solution. Resource planning is a complex process which involves identification and inventory of resources across the regions of the country. This involves surveying, mapping and qualitative and quantitative estimation and measurement of the resources. Evolving a planning structure endowed with appropriate technology, skill and institutional setup for implementing resource development plans. Matching the resource development plans with overall national development plans. Question 14. What was the views of Gandhiji on resource conservation? Answer. Gandhiji voiced his concern about resource conservation in the following words: there is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. He placed the greedy and selfish individuals and exploitative nature of modern technology as the root cause for resource depletion at the global level. He was against mass production and wanted to replace it with the production by the masses. Question 15. Name the 5 types of land resource. Answer. Land resources are made up of 1. Forests. 2. Land not available for cultivation. Barren and waste land. Land put to non-agricultural uses, e.g. buildings, roads, factories, etc. 3. Other uncultivated land, excluding fallow land. Permanent pastures and grazing land. Land under miscellaneous tree crops grows, not included in net sown area. Cultivable wasteland, left uncultivated for more than 5 agricultural years. 4. Fallow lands. Current fallow, left without cultivation for 1 or less than 1 agricultural year. Other than current fallow, left uncultivated for the past 1 to 5 agricultural years. 5. Net sown area sown more than once in an agricultural year plus net sown area is known as gross cropped area. Question 16. What are the factors that determine the use of land? Answer. The use of land is determined both by physical factors such as topography, climate, and soil types as well as human factors such as population density, technological capability, and culture and traditions, etc. Question 17. What has significantly contributed to land degradation? Answer. Some human activities such as deforestation, overgrazing, mining and quarrying too have contributed significantly in land degradation. Mining sites are abandoned after excavation work is complete, leaving deep scars and traces of overburdening. In states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Orissa, deforestation due to mining have caused severe land degradation. In states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra, overgrazing is one of the main reasons for land degradation. In the states of Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, over-irrigation is responsible for land degradation due to water logging, leading to increase in salinity and alkalinity in the soil. The mineral processing like grinding of limestone for cement industry and calcite and soapstone for ceramic industry generate huge quantity of dust in the atmosphere. Question 18. How can the problem of deforestation be solved? Answer. There are many ways to solve the problems of land degradation. 1. Afforestation and proper management of grazing can help to some extent. 2. Planting of shelter belts of plants, control on overgrazing, stabilization of sand dunes by growing thorny bushes. 3. In industrial and suburban areas, proper management of waste lands, control of mining activities, proper discharge and disposal of industrial effluents and wastes after treatment. Question 19. Soil is the most important renewable natural resource. Explain. Answer. It is the medium of plant growth and supports different types of living organisms on the earth. The soil is a living system. It takes millions of years to form soil up to a few cm in depth. Relief, parent rock or bedrock, climate, vegetation, and other forms of life and time are important factors in the formation of soil. Various forces of nature such as change in temperature, actions of running water, wind and glaciers, activities of decomposers, etc. contribute to the formation of soil. Chemical and organic changes, which take place in the soil, are equally important. Soil also consists of organic, humus, and inorganic materials. Question 20. Give a brief note on the productivity of alluvial soil. Answer. Alluvial soils as a whole are very fertile. Mostly these soils contain adequate proportion of potash, phosphoric acid and lime, which are ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, wheat and other cereal and pulse crops. Due to its high fertility, regions of alluvial soils are intensively cultivated and densely populated. Soils in the drier areas are more alkaline and can be productive after proper treatment and irrigation. Question 21. Is black soil easy to work in hot climate? Explain. Answer. The black soils are made up of extremely fine clay material. They are well known for their capacity to hold moisture. In addition, they are rich in soil nutrients such as calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash and lime. These soils are generally poor in phosphoric contents. They develop deep cracks during hot weather, which helps in the proper aeration of the soil. These soils are sticky when wet and difficult to work on unless tilled immediately after the first shower or during the pre-monsoon period. Question 20 to give a brief note on arid soil. Answer: arid soils range from red to brown in color. They are generally sandy in texture and saline in nature. In some areas, the salt content is very high and common salt is obtained by evaporating the water. Due to the dry climate, high temperature, evaporation is faster and the soil lacks humus and moisture. The lower horizons of the soil are occupied by kankar because of the increasing calcium content downwards. The kankar layer formations in the bottom horizons restrict the infiltration of water. After proper irrigation, these soils become cultivable, as has been in the case of western Rajasthan. Question 23. Mention any two methods for reducing fallow land. Answer: the two methods for reducing fallow land are: 1. Use fertilizers. 2. Crop rotation or multiple cropping. Question 24. What are the two disturbing features of land use pattern? Answer: the two distributing features of land use pattern are: 1. Forests. 2. Barren wastelands. Question 25. Give two characteristics of alluvial soil. Answer: two main characteristics of alluvial soil are: 1. Alluvial soil is the most widespread soil in India. 2. It is made by deposits brought down by the rivers year after year and are very fertile. They are very suitable for cultivation. Question 26. What was the root cause for resources depletion at the global level according to Gandhiji? Answer: greedy and selfish nature of the individual. Exploitation nature of modern technology. Question 27. What are the problems faced due to mismanagement of resources? Answer: overutilization of resources leads to their depletion. Overutilization of the resources leads to environment degradation. Question 28. What is conservation of resources? Answer: it is defined as the management of the resources by humans. It aims at satisfying the needs of the present generations as well as the aspirations of the future generations. Question 29. What is resource planning? Answer: it is a widely accepted strategy for the judicious use of resources, that is, Dalhousie has vast forest resources but lacks in infrastructural facilities. Hence, planning is required in developing the resources. Question 30. Give the importance of human beings as an essential component of resource. Answer: man transforms material available in our environment into resources, uses them. Thus, man is considered as an important component of the resource. That is, wood is a material. When it is utilized, it becomes a piece of furniture, which is a resource. Question 31. Define resource. Answer: everything available in our environment, which can be used to satisfy our needs, provided it is technologically accessible, economically flexible, and culturally acceptable, can be termed as resource. Thank you for listening this podcast. If you like the content, please like it, share it, and subscribe my YouTube channel.